Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wow. Just starting out 2022 and the market is roaring right now. The real estate market is on fire yet again. I'm seeing homes sell for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over asking price. And the question that I am asked is it the right time for a buyer to buy? Well, in this video, despite what you're going to see, I'm going to share with you the real reason why you should consider buying a home in 2022. But before we get started, go ahead and if you like videos like this, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. And we are going to go ahead and get started. And I want to share with you some data. I'm going to share with you my screen right here. And we're going to start talking off in 2022 with where we currently are. And then I'm going to end with a few reasons why I believe buying a home in 2022 is going to be very important for you. Okay, so this right here is talking and sharing about pending home sales. And if you look at the historical healthy level at 100, we are well above that. And it hasn't been slowing down at all, even over the holiday season. So let's go on here now. Mortgage rates. When we take a look at mortgage rates, they have been at a historic low back in the early 2021. And as everybody has known so far that the feds have announced that they're going to begin tapering, which means interest rates are going to be rising. Now, to what degree, we have yet to find out what that's going to look like, but a few of the indices indicate that it seems to be somewhere around the mid to high threes is where things are going to be ending up in 2022. So not ridiculous, but well, it seems to be that they're going to still be at an all-time low when it comes to looking at the historical interest rates over the last 20 years. Okay, so that's not necessarily why you want to maybe jump on the gun here. When we look at buyer traffic right now is extremely strong throughout the entire country. So we know demand right now is going to be very high. And I mean, I'm currently experiencing that for my clients. So that means there's going to be lots of competition. Why is it the right time to buy? Okay, well, let's look at the month's inventory. Let's even take a look at that, right? On a historic level, we have here from 2019 all the way to 2021 in November, and it looks like that inventory is at an all-time low. December of last year, of 2021, it was under 2 months, and right now in November, the latest data we have from NAR is about a 2-month supply of inventory, the lowest that we've seen historically. Okay, so that indicates not a great time to buy because there's fewer homes, there's more buyers. That means prices are going up. We all know that. Okay, let's take another way to look at inventory. Months inventory here. Again, over the course of since 2011 to today, we're at all-time lows. Okay. Now, this is the big one, the change in home prices. And this is the one we're going to stick on here for a little bit, and I'm going to share with you why this is such an important graph for you to see. And now this is the change in home prices over time. And if you look at since January 2021, right here, we're seeing this huge spike in appreciation in home values. And there's several other graphs that I could really pull up and share with you and show with you, and we're going to go back to that here in a second. But you'll see over the course of since 2001, we've seen 15 to 20% increases year over year for the past 2 years. That is crazy. And many people feel like if you were to buy right now, you're going to buy at the height of the market and the market's going to crash and you're going to be left holding the bag with an underwater mortgage where you may or may not be able to make the payments, and when you decide to sell, it's not going to be worth with what you're buying for it today. That's a legitimate concern. And I want to share with you, let's go back to this graph, why I don't think that is actually going to be the case, okay? So this graph right here is actually since 2012, okay? So we see here that this goes from June 2012 all the way to January 2020 through January of 2021. And we see here that appreciation back in 2012 was at an all-time low. And then we saw this 12% increase, a 12%, 13 increase. And then over since 2014 through 2020, we saw this average appreciation of roughly, I would say, about 4% every single year. An increase of 4% every single year since 2012. And I want to show this graph right here as well. Okay, this is Omaha, Nebraska, and since 2001, that's 20 years, we've seen an increase of 107.7% in home value prices. That's an increase. Did you hear that? I just said over 100% in 20 years. That is ridiculous. But really closely, I want you to look right here. You see that? You see right here? There is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 years. Out of 20 years, only 4 that had negative appreciation. Then the rest out of 20, 16 years, we saw positive net gains in home values. That is, I would call that a trend. I think that qualifies for a consistent trend that home values are going up. So, what does this mean for you as a buyer buying a home in 2022? It means that home values are going up. And if you wait another year, home values are going to be going up. Well, on an average of 4% a year, they're going to be 4% more expensive. Now, are we going to see those 10 to 15% increases? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, there's some data here. I didn't pull the graph up, but a lot of the major indices indicate that they see appreciation somewhere around 2.5 to 3%. Yeah, that may be the case. And you will still find out. I mean, we're in the beginning of January. Here's my 2 reasons why you should buy. You should buy a home for your family if it's the best thing for your family, number 1. If it's going to improve your lifestyle, if it's going to allow you to settle a home, raise a family, get into a position where your kids have go to a stable school, a stable environment. A home provides stuff that's beyond monetary gain. You can't monetize it, but there is a intrinsic value of being a homeowner, that a better mental state in some cases, a better place to raise a family, better neighborhoods, better schools. And that is one reason why you should consider buying. It's because it is the best thing for your family. And I can't determine that for you. That's going to be on a case-by-case basis for you and your family. That's number 1. Number 2, and this is the monetary piece. And like I just said, home values are going up. Now, you can either choose to get on the potential 10 to 15% annualized increases on a yearly basis that may show up in 2022, or you can decide not to. Is it going to increase 2.5%? Maybe. Could it be 10%? Maybe. But one thing we do know that we can count on is that over the course of 20 years, home values have gone up. Buying a home for the short term is simply just not a smart investment. You're going to have the ebbs and the flows of the real estate market just like they are in the stock market. Right now, the stock market is down, and that's 2 months. Probably 2 months from now, we're going to see this roaring back of the stock market, and prices are going to be up. Well, that's the same thing with the real estate market, is depending on the timing of a short-term investment, it could be very good and it may not be good at all. But if you hold an investment property over the long term, it will increase in value. And so do you want to get in today and potentially ride out some of that appreciation that may be there? Or do you want to wait till tomorrow where homes are 4%, 5, 10, 15% more expensive? You have to decide that. But overall, guys, that is a no-brainer reason why if I did not own a home, I would be buying this year, because I want to make sure that my home is also appreciating, and then I'm not just going to buy a year later at a 5% increase in prices. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you, because buying without a clear plan in this market seems very illogical. It doesn't make sense. And if you don't have clarity on why you're buying, you're not going to end up buying. Your why has to be bigger than the demand of the market. And the demand of the market right now is that you have to be aggressive. You have to pursue the home and hope to get it and beat out other potential buyers. So your why has to be big. What are those whys? To me, it's simple and clear. It's the best thing for my family. And I know that I'm going to be in this home 5, 10, 15 years, and home prices historically are going to go up. So I want to get it today so I can also participate in that home appreciation value. So hopefully this is helpful. Bring some clarity for you as buyers. If you like videos like this, please consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. Love you all, and we'll see you in the next video.